Yeah, I guess I'm crazy. Hello. Welcome. This will be the first video of my story time series. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Sarah O. I bartend actually downtown, and this is literally my job, talking to people, sharing stories, listening to theirs. I'm basically a therapist, but better because I feed you alcohol. But basically somebody got me into this idea that like if I were going to do YouTube, because I've always been drawn to YouTube a little bit, I feel like everybody is now. I didn't know what I would do, you know? I'm one of those weird people that's really into mukbangs. If you don't know what that is, Google it. Or you'll just think I'm really weird because I feel like a lot of people either hate them or they're obsessed with them. I'm obsessed with them. I didn't know if I wanted to do something like that or story times because I do have a lot of good stories and I do love talking, obviously. I don't know. So I don't have a plan. I was just gonna do whatever the fuck I want. But basically I was talking about this the other day with the customer and they were like, wow, that would really seriously only happen to you. And I was like, I know, right? So I decided that maybe this would make a good first story time story. I live in Los Angeles and I live in a very secure, nice building, but we did have an incident. Well, we were having multiple incidences where like our garage door was broken for a while and the management made a big mistake and put a sign up by the garage door saying garage door out of service. So obviously anyone walking by can read the sign and they're like, oh cool, I have access to all these cars. So anyway, we had a lot of break-ins coming in because of that, and we were getting notices to all the apartments from management saying please lock your doors, don't leave anything valuable in your car. I'm like, my rent is way too expensive to even be dealing with things like this. You guys should be on top of this, but whatever. It happens. I live in Los Angeles. People steal. I was really weary because, like I said, I bartend. I get home at like 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning sometimes, probably around the time that whoever was breaking into everybody's cars was coming in. And when you come home that late at night, obviously it's pitch black outside, but there are no cars. Like, it feels like the world is dead. Suddenly you're very aware of just how exposed you are walking down the street or, you know, to your car. It's not ideal and it's really creepy, especially for a paranoid person like me. So there was a time when I was not locking my doors because I had my window smashed twice. There was nothing to steal in my car, so I was paying for, you know, fixing my window when the person ultimately realized that there was nothing to steal. So it was just stupid. So I started leaving my doors unlocked. That's probably not the smartest thing to do. However, I was doing it. When they said that somebody was breaking into all the cars in our complex, I was like, I don't have anything to, you know, steal from my car anyway. But then one day I was getting into my car to go to work and my headshots, I'm an actress, my headshots, which I had like 100, no, I had more. I had like 200-300 headshots in a stack, in a box, in a bag, in the backseat of my car. This person who broke into my car for whatever reason opened that box and just threw my headshots everywhere. It was just a weird, I know that I was leaving my door unlocked to show people like, hey, I have nothing to steal. Have at it. If you find any money, God bless you, because I need some. The fact that somebody was in my space, I don't know, the whole thing, and then they're telling me that this is happening more and more because our garage door was broken and nobody was fixing it. One day I got home from work, it was like 4 o'clock in the morning. I have tandem parking with my roommate and we like to switch the cars around for each other. Well, we used to. I don't do it anymore because of this. I switched our cars around, which takes a couple minutes, you know, like I have to put my car in park, reverse her car. We had each other's keys, so it was easy, but it takes some time. I was good to go. I locked the doors. I was walking towards the back door, and for whatever reason, I didn't hear anything. I didn't sense anything. For whatever reason, I looked over my shoulder, and there was a man, skinny, probably in his mid to late 30s, with a beanie on a bicycle, in the closed parking structure, racing on his bicycle towards me. And I lost it. I took off running. It's just, you have to understand that late at night, like I said, there's no one on the streets, no one in their cars, nobody driving, but somehow there's somebody on a bicycle in my dark parking garage. Here's the creepy thing. I came into the parking garage. No one came in with me. I've made it a habit to watch the door close before I park my car. Like I said, I'm paranoid. While I was switching the cars out, if somebody had come in, I would have heard the big garage door opening, and I didn't hear that, which means that this person was in there the whole time. The whole time. I've never run so fast in my life. He didn't chase after me. I don't think. I don't know. I wasn't all there. I ran up to my apartment. I was crying. I was shaking. I didn't wake up my roommate, but I was standing right outside of her bedroom, like, debating if I should wake her up or not. But, like, what is she gonna do? She's like 4 feet tall. After this happened, we made an agreement, and she was like, don't switch our cars out that early in the morning anymore. Or rather, I said that I wasn't comfortable doing it anymore because at that hour, coming home that late, I honestly just want to, like, get out of my car and race up to my apartment. I'm coming home at the peak hour when that would probably be happening, and I'm probably sharing that space with that person. So the less time I spent in that garage, the better. Then this other thing happened. Now I'm already super paranoid because that happened to me. By the way, I went on Amazon and I bought pepper gel. Best thing I ever did. I felt so much better. I felt so much more safe. Girls, you guys should all have it. I woke up in the morning, I got dressed, I went to the gym. I had a roommate at the time who was out of town, so I had the whole place to myself. So I went to the gym, and when I came home, I walked in and so my apartment is laid out completely split down the middle. Like, it's like kitchen, dining room, living room. If you go down this hall to the right, that's where my roommate's bedroom is, and if you go down the hall to the left, that's where so we completely are on totally opposite sides of the apartment. So I went to my bedroom, and I go into the bathroom to take a shower, and I notice that my clothes, which I had peeled off of me and left exactly where they were because I'm the neat person that I am, were still on the floor but completely pushed to the side against the wall. And I was like, that's weird. Did I do that? And then I looked over and noticed that my toilet seat lid was up like a man had peed in my toilet. And I freaked out. All of a sudden, I was quiet, I was frozen, and I was very, very aware. My senses were so heightened. I was trying to listen for anything. Is there somebody in this space with me right now? Is there somebody right around the corner from where I'm standing right now? It's in the middle of the afternoon, it's broad daylight, but somehow this really, really terrified me, and to the point where I was frozen and I could not move. By my bedside, I have this knife. This knife. My dad gifted me with this because he is a great guy. I have this knife, and I went over, I grabbed it, and I just stood there holding it, not knowing what I'm gonna do with it, but just feeling better that I at least had it in my hand. And I went over to my closet. I have two closets. I have a sliding, I'm gonna put this down. I have a sliding mirror door closet, and then I have like an open door walk-in closet. I was holding my knife, and I opened the walk-in closet. I looked through everything, nothing was in there. For some reason, I think in my mind, I was thinking, there's nobody in here, you're being ridiculous, but I'm just gonna do this so that I feel better. Like, I really wasn't taking it super seriously, even though I should have been. So I turn around and I see my mirror sliding doors, and I go to open it, and I just had this moment where I was like, what if I'm wrong? I know it's far-fetched, but things like this happen. Break-ins happen. There's crazy people everywhere. What if I open this and there is someone standing there? Am I gonna f***ing stab him? What am I gonna do? Am I ready for what I'm potentially about to see? Not to get off subject, but my friend Donna told me about the story about her friend Beverly. I might have gotten that name wrong, Donna, if you're watching this, sorry. She told me that she had a friend in Colorado who got out of the shower and her dogs were acting weird, and just on a hunch, she stepped out, she called the police and said, I don't know if there's somebody in my house, but my dogs are acting weird and they never do that, so could you just send somebody to like do a quick scan through? They sent the police, they go inside, she's standing outside with her dogs in her towel, I think, and they walked out with a man. With a man! There was a man hiding in her closet. And I asked Donna if he was like armed, and she was like, I don't think so, but I don't know. So I'm like, so what? He was just standing in there? Now I feel paranoid. Jack, will you let me know if anybody's in here, right? He's this big. He won't do shit. That like really made me paranoid, and it made me very, very, now I just absolutely know, like, things like this do not just happen in horror movies. They happen all the time, unfortunately. Now I'm back to this closet. I'm just debating what I should do, and I just happened to look over and see my dog sitting, watching me, and he's trembling. And he's a Papillon, if you know the breed. They have huge ears, and his ears were like, and I was like, I can't do this. I can't do this. Still hold on to the knife. I'm in my robe. I pick up my dog. I sneak out to the living room to go out the front door because I'm like, I'm calling the police. As I turn the front door handle, I heard something. Oh, I'm getting the shivers just thinking about it. I was so scared. I heard something in my roommate's bedroom. Like I said, she was out of town. But over there, I heard something and my heart stopped. I have my hand on the doorknob to the front door, holding my dog. And I just opened it as quietly as possible, stepped out barefoot, walked out. It was winter, so it was really cold. And I just went down the hall to the right. I could have gone right or left. I went to the right and I went around the corner and I called the police from there. And I told them the same thing that my friend Donna said that her friend said to the police. I don't know if it's an emergency. I could be totally wrong. I could be just totally paranoid and crazy because that's what my friends tell me I am anyway. I watch way too many horror movies. But in the off chance that I'm right, I don't want to be the one to discover an intruder in my house. So I just said, it's not an emergency. I don't think. I have a bad feeling. My dog is acting weird, and yes, like that could be wrong. However, my toilet seat lid was up. I didn't do that. So somebody for sure was in my house. For sure, for sure. Are they still in there? I don't know. So could you just send somebody to do a scan through my apartment? She says yes. So I'm standing there and I'm still on the line with her. I'm holding my dog. She's talking to me. I hear around the corner from my apartment door, my front door open, and I took my phone away from my ear and held it against my chest so that I could have my full attention on whatever I was hearing. It was definitely my apartment door. I heard it close, and then I heard huge boot footsteps, and thank God they walked that way. I went right. He walked left. I was like, I don't want to say literally shitting myself, but I was basically literally shitting myself. And when I heard him walk through the door that leads to the stairwell, I picked my phone back up and I said, he just left. Saying those words, like this thing that I was chalking up to be paranoia and the result of watching way too many horror movies was actually right. And there was someone in my house and he just left. She told me, stay calm, don't go anywhere, stay right where you are. So I'm waiting. In the meantime, this person whose window is right here knocks on their window. And I look and she looks at me and she opens her window and she says, are you okay? And I've seen her before. She's my neighbor. She was pregnant and beautiful. And I just broke down and I was like, no, I'm not okay. She took me in. I told the dispatcher, I'm gonna be in the apartment right across the way. And she was like, okay, good, stay there. So I'm sitting there. They gave me a blanket because I was barefoot and freezing, and I was holding my dog who's whining and doesn't know what's going on. And I tell this couple what just happened to me. And the woman asks me, you should probably call management for the building and let them know that the cops are coming. And I was like, okay. I called management and I said, just so you know, I called the police because I thought there was an intruder in my house, so they'll be coming. And she was like, holy shit. I was like, yeah. So we hang up. I'm sitting there, I'm still shaking, and about 15 minutes later, I get a phone call, and it's management again. And they were like, so, you put in a maintenance request? And I was like, no, I did not. And they were like, yeah, you did. Your roommate said that her toilet was not flushing. So she put in an online maintenance request while she was gone and didn't tell me, so I did not know anybody was coming to the apartment. I had no idea. And I had to look at this couple who just watched me cry and shake that it was the maintenance man. The toilet seat lid was up because our pipes were connected, and in order to fix her toilet, he had to get into my toilet. Yeah. So then I had to then embarrassingly tell the two policemen that showed up, false alarm, it was the maintenance man. You know, they have their protocols, so they were like, do you mind if we take a look anyway? So they did their scan and they were like, all right, well, stay safe, have a good day. I was like, thanks, you too. I want to f***ing die. But the creepy thing still, and when I went to open the front door and I heard something, maintenance man or not, there was a person with me in my private space. That's still scary to me. I mean, I know he was just the maintenance man, but the fact that, like, there really was somebody else in my apartment and I had no idea. That's scary. Whatever. I feel like I escaped death. But yeah, this story I told to one of my regulars and he was like, wow. Because he was just like me. He was like chewing on his fingernails, you know, like, oh my God, I can't believe that happened. You heard him leave? Oh my God, that means there really was somebody in your apartment. I'm like, I know. He was like, this would happen to you. I was like, I know, I guess so. I'm just so paranoid. Like, it's always like, well, I don't know. What would you have done? Would you have been like, hello? Repairman? Cleaning lady? Like, is that what people do? I immediately thought killer. Yeah, I guess I'm crazy. Anyway, just wanted to share this story with you. I found it funny and interesting. I like stories like this, personally. I like scary stories. I have a lot of scary stories. Just wanted to share this with you guys. I thought it would make a good video for my storytime series, so let me know if you liked it, and thanks for watching.